The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man them are thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British, I'm your wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Oh, the music's still going. Yay. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. Before we talk about it, let's say hi to everybody, and we'll start off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
The camera is off. It's got to be more this way. Thank you.
No, look at the big space there.
No. I don't cut my shoulder off. You don't cut your shoulder off. There we are. That's perfect. Well, if you're going to do a show, do it correctly.
But then, see, look at all the white space you have on your side.
Well, that's
and I don't have any on mine.
Because we're angular.
No, it's not because it's on you more.
No. I'll give you a little more, you fat fuck.
That's too much.
Look all the white on your side, Mary.
There you go. That's good. So what's
no,
up?
It's not because maybe a little bit more. Just a teensy weensy bitsy itsy shitsy more.
What's up, everybody? Now that we've got our camera set and Ron is looking gorgeous as always, we've got a chat room. People are starting to come up. They say beautiful hairstyle. Let's say hi. Backpack John is in the chat room. Anton Country Super from Australia is in the chat room. Teresa Sabin's in the chat room. Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
If Dave Hughes is not in the chat room, he's going to commit suicide because we have Angie Stevenson. Whoa. And he's going to be so unhappy.
Yeah, he needs to show up for this one because she's one of the hottest, most gorgeous women in Hollywood.
Gorgeous and built like a brick shithouse, as they used to say years ago. This broad's got it all. Charming, sweet, lovely, beautiful, sexy. Everything she's got. Everything that a man would want or a woman.
Absolutely. She's fabulous. We love her. So we have Angie Stevenson coming on the show today. We also have Cheyenne Ray Hernandez coming on the show from that new movie, The Tax Collector, which is like one of the biggest movies out right now. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. And in the meantime, you got us. Jimmy Star and Ron Russell. Everyone said you look fabulous.
I know. I got too much of that white shit under my eyes. Look at that. I look like Trump.
No, you look fine.
No, it's too much. What is with this white shit?
That's like funny.
No, it's because I'm so suntanned that my eyes look like they were sunken.
Yeah, Ron went to the pool yesterday.
5 hours in the water. I didn't get out. See that?
It was fun.
I hate makeup. I never use makeup. Today I did because I look like a zombie.
No, they say you look fabulous.
Yeah, well, I look like an old queen. All I need is lipstick and tits and I can do a show.
Yeah.
That's better.
So anyway, let's see what's going on. So do you want to talk about anything or you want me to do show and tell?
I want to talk about being 80, looking like shit and having to put this crap on your face to look decent. I don't like this. I'm going to go wipe it off.
You look fabulous.
No, it's ugly. Who puts this shit on their face? I don't need it. I just thought I looked sunken.
You never look sunken. They're going, ha.
Jimmy, I looked sunken. I look like a corpse. I'm dark. You should see under this makeup how dark I am.
Everywhere we go, he gets hit on everywhere.
Yeah, but I could do a Black Lives Matter commercial.
Yeah.
I get so dark.
Well, Teresa says you look fabulous. The water therapy did you well.
Well, that's it.
So anyway, so let's do show and tell real quick then.
Show and tell.
So you guys remember a couple weeks ago we had on Rick Allen from Def Leppard. So what did Jimmy do? He went and got a Funko Pop of Rick Allen from Def Leppard. He's the drummer for Def Leppard. Here it is, everybody. I actually got 2 of them. I'm going to send one to Rick Allen, and then I'm going to send him mine for him to autograph and send back to me. But isn't that cool? So I like to get Funko Pops from everybody who's been on the show. And he's the one of the biggest drummers in the world, and everybody knows he only has one arm, but that's the coolest thing ever. So I got my new Rick Allen Funko Pop, and I started watching Cobra Kai yesterday. Now that it's on Netflix, and it is awesome. So anybody who hasn't seen Cobra Kai, you got to start watching it because it is the best. No wonder it's #1. All right, that's my little thing.
What's Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai is 30 years later after the Karate Kid.
Oh, they're still carrying on with that bullshit.
#1 show.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. People love violence. They love to see
It's
people.
not really that violent.
People-
But everybody loves though. Like you even interviewed him. You interviewed what's his name?
Yeah.
Uh,
But I did not interview him because he was a Karate Kid.
I know you interviewed him because he was at the High Strung movie
And
premiere.
he was an actor who played many parts, not just karate.
It's funny, but anyway, Cobra Kai. You guys watch it. It's really really good. We met Martin Kove not too long ago at a red carpet event before COVID, which was very cool. And he interviewed. Now I forgot the guy's name. He plays Daniel LaRusso. What's his name?
Who?
What's the Karate Kid's name? Karate Kid guy's name. I forgot his name. Isn't that terrible? What's his name? Do you know?
Are you asking me names? I mean, you have to be out of your friggin' mind to ask me for a name. I don't even know your name half the time. I call you other names.
Hang on. So anyway, Ron interviewed him at the High Strung movie premiere, and his name is Ralph Macchio. God, I don't know
Ralph
why I couldn't think about.
Macchio.
Thank you, Talk Ford TV. They said hi, and they told Ralph Macchio, you guys. So we've interviewed him, and it's very cool, and I think everybody should watch it. It was great. I only watched the first 2 episodes, but it was great. Thanks, Backpack John. Gotcha. Okay, so what do you got, honey?
What have I got? I've traveled. I went to Lake Arrowhead, looking for a house. I went to Big Bear looking for a house. I went to Idlewild looking for a summer house. Idlewild looked like the desert up in the mountains, no lake. And I said, what's the point? Getting away from the heat of Palm Springs, you're going up to Idlewild. It's 10 degrees less, not worth the investment. Plus, for $250 to $350, you get a shack, a tumble down 1,400 square foot room shack. I went to Big Bear, didn't like it. Too commercial, look like Texas.
Trashy.
Look like Texas. Then I went to Lake Arrowhead, which is beautiful, divine, looks like the French or the Italian Riviera, gorgeous. And for $350, you get a dog house. So I said to Jimmy, you know what? Let's analyze the problem. The problem is that I have developed a condition that most people my age get, and that's an allergy to sunshine. We get a very dehydrated and dizzy and weak and bone aches if we take too much sun. I love the garden that we've built. I love being out in the garden, but I can't be out in the garden because it's so hot. So I looked up cocktail pool. A cocktail pool is a 10 by 15 pool with tables and chairs in it made out of concrete, actually stools. And when the friends come over, everybody sits in the pool, has cocktails and little noshes and gossip. And I thought that's wonderful. So when I'm out in the garden and it's 1,000,000 degrees, I jump in the pool and then I come out when I'm cool. Now, when I lived over at Mountain Gate, which was a development over from our development, I had an in-ground pool in the front of the house, and I never felt the heat back then because I would jump in the pool, come out. This weekend's going to be 116, so summer's going to give it to us before it goes away. The cost of the cocktail pool it's moderately expensive, but it's so worth it. The development that we live in has 3 gigantic pools. One pool that's the size of an ocean, and that's right outside of the country club. Unfortunately, they closed that one down for whatever reason. I have no idea. But I
think it's back open again.
Is it?
Yeah.
Our side of the development, we have our own private little pool, which is nice, but even though it's a block away, it's a schlep. You got to put on a bathing suit, get a towel, put on rubber shoes, get in the car, drive, get out. That's too much work. So I want to put in a cocktail pool, and that should definitely cause me not to get ill anymore from the heat.
There you go.
So that's so fucking boring, but I had to tell you anyway.
And
That's
so
not
Dave Hughes has
exciting.
joined us.
Oh, Dave, get it out, baby. Massage it because Angie Stevenson is coming on. Wait until you see Angie Stevenson. You're going to flip out. One of the hottest, sexiest, most beautiful, talented, sweet, lovely, delicious people I've met.
Yeah, you're gonna like her. She's fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you see this one. You're going to really like gyrate
It will be fun.
or gyrate or more.
Teresa Saban says she likes the blue shirt I have on. Thank you. It's an old Jimmy Star shirt, vintage Jimmy Star. I made it about 25 years ago.
Right. It looks like an old bedspread. Not a bedspread, sheets I had. I had sheets once. You sure that's not made out of sheets?
Yes.
Oh, because I had sheets that had poppies on it like that. Remember back in the 70s, we had all printed sheets. Now everybody uses white. We have white sheets. I don't like printed
I like
sheets.
printed sheets, but we don't have them.
Sleeping on fabric like that? Nah. I like white. It's clean. Like
Like
me,
your shirt.
like me, like my hair, like my virgin self.
Yeah, like your virgin self.
I am a virgin.
I know you are.
That's why I married you.
Yeah.
To stay a virgin.
Yeah. Look at those eyes.
Those eyes are the eyes of a homo in love.
So what else? What else
What
did
else
we
is
do?
new? What else can we talk about? Well, I can't finish the barbecue pizza oven because of the friggin' heat. So that's a October job. I just finished Clown Fear 2 last week. We shot it in a bar and grill, of which I will talk about when Angie Stevenson comes on, because she and I worked together in that scene. There was another film. My hair looks like shit. Why am I so vain? There's another film I was supposed to shoot and in Atlanta, but unfortunately somebody pulled out of the $3.5 million production, and they're looking for a new investor. So if anybody out there wants to invest in a fabulous film with a great story, and it's a major motion picture, it's not some of the films I do, the $2 films. And the title is
Get Her.
Get Her. So if you want to invest in Get Her and make yourself some mega bucks, I would suggest you invest in Get Her.
There you go.
What's happening now, folks, since movie theaters are closed, you can't go see a movie. So Hollywood is manufacturing, producing, and presenting films to you on Netflix, HBO, all over the place. So you buy the film. Production costs have risen, but also the money they're making on these films now is phenomenal. Because years ago, they had to depend on walk-in audience that sat in a theater. You've been to theaters, half of them were empty. Not today. Today, people go to Netflix and they purchase the use of the film. So Hollywood is making money hand over fist. And if you're investing in a movie, you're going to get your return back plus simply because of the amount of people who now can view that movie in the privacy of their home on their 70-inch screen TVs. So I would strongly suggest that you start to invest in movies because that's the next gold mine. And I don't lie to you. You know, I tell the truth. Every movie that I'm in, I have a percentage of. And, we'll see what happens at the back end. I could make more money than what I get paid.
Anyway, there's lots of stuff going on and lots of cool things going on. What do you do that for every week?
Because I hit the button on my electric chair.
Okay, hang on.
There you go. Why does my head look distorted?
I don't know, but they said you look great.
I don't think so.
And Dave is happy. He was having trouble with his stream, but it's fixing now. It's fixed now. You look fine. So anyway, you guys, we're gonna have a great show for you guys today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And Dave says he's getting broadband put in tomorrow, so he'll have like a good internet connection, which is great because he needs it for our show. And
Dave, when you see Angie, your antenna is going to go up as high as it can go. And you won't need to worry about receiving.
they say you look like a rock star, honey.
I look like a rock star,
Mhm.
rock star's mother. I will never put stage makeup on again. I don't know what prompted me to do it, but seriously, Sophia Loren and Cary Grant had great difficulty because they were so dark-skinned that when they made a movie, they were absolutely told in their contract, you must not go in the sun. because they were so dark. You do not photograph well when you are dark. Black Americans can do it because their skin has a glow. But white people that get tanned to the point of brown, they look like coffee stains. And that's what I look like. I'm stained with coffee. It's not an attract. When I was younger, I used to be a red brown. Now I just get coffee brown.
Actually, though, you look good. That's why you wore white, right? Because
Well, I wore white to brighten it up, and I'm serious. My face right now, if I wash this shit off, which is stage makeup, I look like I was embalmed. I look like I was charred in the fire because I have darkness all over my face. It's not attractive. So I really have got to stay out of the sun for a multitude of reasons.
There you go. I just sent Angie
When I
a
first
text.
met Sophia on the set of That Kind of Woman, it was 6:00 in the morning, and her caddy pulled up because we didn't have limos then, and she got out. And the first thing I noticed was this woman is jet black. I mean, she was black like an Arab or blacker, dark brown skin. And I remember her lips were big and fat and chapped. They weren't pretty. They were split or something. They looked weird. She had on big sunglasses and a kerchief on her head. She looked like shit. And I thought to myself, and her hands were not pretty. She didn't have nails or anything. You know, I quickly did a quick inventory of her. Now she goes into makeup trailer and dressing room, and 3 hours later, or whatever it was, came out the most breathtakingly magnificent woman I have ever seen in my life in person. Absolutely gorgeous when they put her face on. So Cary Grant wore a lot of makeup also because he was so dark. And you know what happens? These lines get darker, so you look older. The ferro lines, all this crap along here in the middle, somehow the wrinkles get dark and you look aged. So Cary Grant, they used to put a lot of makeup on his face and neck and hands sometimes because he couldn't photograph correctly. But those of you out there in the business, you know it. Don't tan before you do a film. Camera doesn't care for it.
There you go.
Tips on Hollywood.
Tips on Hollywood. And what do you want to tell the people who aren't in Hollywood?
People who aren't in Hollywood?
Yeah. A lot of our fans are fans of Hollywood, but they're not in it.
To enjoy the work that we do because we don't get paid a lot. So we're not doing it to get rich. We're doing it because we enjoy doing it. And we want to make you guys have some entertainment. Because if we didn't do what we did, you wouldn't have anything to look at. And then all you'd be doing is making more babies.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I told Johnny Mathis. I said, do you realize how responsible you are for all the births? And he said, everybody tells me that. People used to make love to Johnny Mathis and get pregnant. For those of you who don't know who Johnny Mathis is, I feel sorry for you. But look him up. The world's greatest singer ever.
Hey,
And a nice person. I really like him a lot.
hey, Rebel is Angie says she's backstage. I did a test with her yesterday. I want to make sure she's not backstage in the wrong link. So is she there? Let us know. If she is, you can let her through.
And Angie, I hope you're wearing a low-cut top, not some turtleneck sweater.
Oh,
She's not
well, who
here.
knows about that?
She'll,
Is she there? Is she there, Rebel?
No, she's not.
Uh-oh, she's in the wrong room then. Hold on. Okay.
Angie, woo. Angie Honeybunch.
Let me get the link for her.
What other room is she in?
I did a test with her yesterday, so I gave her another link to use for a test.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I can't test people with the link that W4CY sends us because it's a W4CY link. So I create my own link to do a test to make sure it works.
Oh, so now you made everybody
So now-
understand what you're talking about, Rosebud.
Okay, hang on.
You know, we're not all like you. We don't understand you sometimes. Oh my God, why did I marry this guy? Anyway, I did and I'm stuck. What can I tell you? Why, Honeybunch?
Just keep talking because I can't talk and do this.
Keep talking. I'm going to talk about you, how much I love you and how sweet you are and how you tortured me by being an evil fucking bastard. But anyway, we won't talk about that, will we? Let's talk about a few movies that are coming up for me. Good parts, important parts. My characters tell the story, which is good. I don't know if I can name them. But if Jimmy gets off the phone trying to get Angie, Jimmy can give you the name of all the films that are coming up. I have no idea when they're going to be. I like Quigley. Quigley's my favorite script. Quigley won number one. The first film, Quigley, is about a dog that dies and goes to heaven. So right there, you've got my heart. And he comes back and he helps children. And there's a situation where they are involved with bad people, and it's a wonderful Christmas movie. It got great reviews. It sold like a wildfire. Now Jimmy has Quigley 2, and they're looking for financing on that film. And that storyline is wonderful also. It's about two dogs that pass away and go to heaven and come back, and you have to see what they do. So Quigley is a lovely movie. I wish we could have gotten the funding so we could have it out to you for Christmas, but not this year.
That's right. We're working on it, though.
And what's the other film?
You're going to be in Get Her when we do Get Her, and we have a TV series, Ghosts and Phantoms.
Oh, yeah, Ghost and Phantoms. That's going to be
That's a TV series.
TV series that's really a biggie, and I'll be in that a lot, and I'm happy about that. I read some of the scripts, and they're wonderful. They're really, I can't give it away, but they're just, you will sit back and say, oh, look at that. Wow. And what's another one?
I forgot. Those are the only ones that we got on the plan.
Right on the board. Those are the ones that are on.
I'm reading a vampire script right now.
Right. And I'm really excited maybe about if Marcel Waltz does it. I don't know that he was kidding with me or not, but what is it called? Zombie Drag Queens from Outer Space is the gassiest movie. It is so funny. The script is so deranged. It's a comedy. It's like Killer Tomatoes and Killer Clowns. It's a wonderful script if you enjoy sarcasm, camp, funny lines, totally deranged, writing. I play Miss Moon in drag, and we have so many straight people in drag, some guys that don't even look like women. If they come in, they're going to look like ugly women. And the reasoning is we leave Mars and come to Earth because there are no longer any men on Mars to marry because we ate them all. So now we come to Earth to find what it's like dating and going out with humans from planet Earth. So there's a lot of cliche, a lot of camp, a lot of humor. So if you think you'd like to see that film, yell out. Go on my first Facebook page and say, yes, Ron, let's encourage Marcel Waltz to do Zombie Drag Queens from Outer Space. Woo! Funny film. We need to have a laugh. We have so much horror going on right now. We really need to watch a movie that we just scream from. And we watch it a few times because we don't want to lose watching all the... Oh, there she is. That's my girlfriend.
Hey, say something so we can make sure we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Hi, guys.
Hi.
Why are you wearing that high blouse?
High in the front, but low in the back.
So turn it around. Take it off and turn it around.
Oh my God, look how gorgeous. And look at that. She's got wings as a tattoo on her back. Giant angel wings.
I just told Dave Hughes in England, he's watching. He can't. Dave Hughes is our perverted guy. He's married. And he's totally perverted. Every gorgeous girl that comes on that's sexy, he goes insane for. And he's never met you. So I warned him. I said, we have the sexiest, the hottest, the most beautiful, talented, gorgeous girl in the world on our show. So he got all excited. He said, oh, my tower is not up. I said, when you see her, your tower will go up. Trust me.
So hold on. We got to do an actual introduction.
I love her. I love kisses to you, my honey bunch.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, one of the most gorgeous and supremely talented actresses in Hollywood, Angie Stevenson. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
So you already know Ron, but say hi to Ron.
Hi, Ronnie.
And then we have
Angie and I work together.
I know we're going to talk about that in a minute. We have a chat room full of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room. All countries represented. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Oh, hi, everybody.
And then say hi to Dave, because we always like to let the beautiful women say hi to Dave.
No. Come close to your camera and give him one of the sexiest kisses you possibly could. No, just pucker up. Don't look at Dave. Are you looking at this beauty? I think. Dave,
oh my God.
Dave just died. I swear to you, he's dead. Dave just killed himself.
Oh my goodness.
I want one of those.
No, he's really a pervert. He's in every week. And he's in love with Sadie Katz. He only wants to ball her. And he loves our Sarah Davis, Sherry Davis.
Oh yeah, he likes Sherry Davis.
I mean, he is out there for
and he
her.
liked Devaney Pinn, all your contemporaries.
all your fellow
Yes,
actors.
I love all those ladies.
I know, and I warned him. I said, now we have the super duper of them all coming on, the beautiful Angie Stevenson. So he's all excited. Dave, are you alive still?
Yeah, he's there. He says his stream is lagging, unfortunately, but he's very happy.
Dave, can you see what she looks like?
She's gorgeous.
Come. I don't like the shot. It's too far away. Come.
There you
That's the shot. Now we see that beautiful. Is it blurry or is it my eye?
It's not blurry. It's her screen, and so it's kind of like she has a filter on, but
Why
she
do you
didn't do
have
it
a
on purpose
filter
because
on?
that's just the way her computer is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. You know, I live in a little cabin in the Hollywood Hills, and my internet setup up here isn't ideal. But I
Yeah,
want-
because you don't need filters with that face that you got.
But you look fabulous, though. You look fast, especially up close like
and,
that.
And Angie, did you know that we met before the shoot that we did last week?
Yeah, we met her lots of times.
I found a picture of you and I together hugging.
We met her all kinds of
Yeah,
times.
but how come I didn't remember who she was?
I don't know.
I mean, I certainly would have remembered Angie Stevenson.
You saw her at the first of all, she's in Xenophobia.
right.
So you met her on the set of Xenophobia when we went there because she's in the Thomas Churchill version of it.
Okay.
And she was all bloody then, so she didn't look like this.
Oh, okay.
And then you met her at the Nation's Fire premiere.
Right.
I don't know. You've met her a whole bunch of times. He doesn't
Well,
remember.
I don't know why I didn't remember. Maybe it's the age because, and this is no smoke up your ass or any kind of bluff. You are by far one of the sweetest, kindest, most generous, adorable, love-giving, warm, beautiful people I know. And you are special to me now because we worked the whole day together. And I found you to be just the nicest girl, nicest actress. You're not neurotic. You're not insane. You're not a bitch. You're just good people. And now I know who you are, and I'll remember you till my dying day. It's true, Angie. You know that.
Aw, we had so much fun that day.
Well, not really. I got very ill, and so did Lorene Landon. Lorene and I got, yes, we got heat exposure from the heat.
Oh, yes, it was very hot. No
It was
air.
very hot, and the both of us we got very sick from the heat for a couple. I'm still getting over it, and I go in the sun again, and I only make it rehappen. But really and truly, the people of the bar and grill that we worked in, I think they knew they were full of shit. Their air conditioner worked. I think they were just cheap. They didn't want to run it for us. I don't know because the lights make it like 150 degrees in there.
Yeah, you might be, but do you think it was a sound issue where they weren't turning the air on for sound?
Yeah, it could be
Yeah, but
because
they
they had
could've-
it on at one point. It was super loud.
Yeah, but they could have turned it on, cooled the joint down, and then we could have worked. I was in not whatever I was in with tie and shirt. It was hot. But anyway, we did it.
You guys, they're talking about Clown Motel 2, where Angie played. Who do you play?
Who did I play? I played a military weapons specialist, Sergeant Robert.
There you go, Sergeant Robert, and he
Right.
was General Milan.
And I'm at the pool table while she's got all these weapons on the pool table. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you remember your lines? Tell us about the weapons on the pool table.
Yeah, right.
Wait, hang on. Listen to these lines, folks.
She's not gonna remember
I
them.
wouldn't have gotten these lines right if it took 20 years. Go.
I don't remember. I know it was something like from your. Well, we don't want to give it away.
No,
that's
but
true.
the lines were unbelievable. I thought to myself, what the fuck is she talking about? I have no idea what she's speaking of. I hope the audience does.
She
when
was
they
talking
watch.
about all these guns that weren't on the table.
Right. And I said,
Thank you.
thought, the people, when they watch this movie, if they know what that means, I guess a lot of gun enthusiasts will. Okay, let's talk about you. How about the boyfriend? What's he all about?
I told you. I told you.
Oh boy. Oh goodness. Well, I do have somebody special in my life.
I hear he's famous.
He is.
I didn't tell him that. He remembered that from that day. I didn't bring it up at all.
I only remember what's important.
Goodness. Yes, I've had a very wonderful musician in my life for years. And, you know, unfortunately, we've kind of had a little bit of a gap between us during this COVID time because I'm in California and he's back east. Um, just different work is taking us different places, so we haven't been able to see each other much. And probably
That's not good. I don't care for that.
no, I don't care it either. So we're just, you know, we're focusing on ourselves right now. And
Well, if I were a multi gazillionaire, and if I were 35 years old and straight, I would propose to you.
Look at all those ifs, though. There's a lot of ifs in there.
And also, if the queen had balls, she'd be king.
Ron, I would say yes.
I know. I love you so much. You really are a nice person, and I'm so happy that you're our friend. The misunderstanding was you said your aunt has a place in Palm Springs that my daughter's good friends with. Well, it turned out it was a different person. But you've got to come to Palm Springs.
That's why I sent you that weird text that night. Like, what's your name's
Right.
hotel? Because we were having dinner with Ron's daughters, and they were like talking about a different hotel, and we thought it was the same one.
So when I have my garden party, I'm expecting you guys, you and you, whoever, to come to our garden party
You can bring your aunt.
when it cools off. Yeah,
Yeah.
bring your aunt.
I would love that. You know, her place is up for sale right now, so she's
Well,
holding-
maybe you want to give her a little plug.
Oh, Ruby Montana's Coral Sands Inn.
There you guys go. If anybody looking to buy an inn in Palm Springs, which it's a great place to be,
Now you know.
it's the
where-
Coral Springs Inn, and it's for sale. Google it.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with the Coral Springs Inn. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's quaint. It's got about 7 rooms, so it's
Right.
actually selling as more of a compound.
Right.
So, you know, family vacation rental. Everybody can have their own room,
Right.
kind of a thing. But yeah, it's pretty special.
And Dave
Okay.
Hughes is boarding a plane right now to Hollywood.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Buy it for me.
Oh,
Yes.
he's in love. I know, Dave. We make this every week. He comes on our show from England. I mean, the poor guy now. We're 6 hours ahead.
Yeah.
So what is
eight from
8
here.
hours? So what is it? 1 in the morning?
3, yeah.
It's 1 in the morning in England.
No, 11. It's 11 at night.
11 at night.
Oh, no, it's 8 at night because it's noon here. I'm getting it fixed with East Coast. It's 8 o'clock at night. That's not that
All
bad.
right, I don't live in New York anymore.
So listen up, everybody. First of all, you guys can follow Angie Stevenson on her social media. On Twitter, she's Real Angie S, and on Instagram, she's Angie Stevenson Official, where she posts fabulous pictures, of which Teresa Saban is already talking about how great your Instagram is. She loves all your pictures,
Aw.
and so you can follow her there. You've seen her on many things, but one of the things that is kind of like a claim to fame is Sons of Anarchy, and maybe we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to talk about
I want to say one thing
Oh.
before you grab it. Folks, the blouse she has on, she looks flat-chested. Let me tell you, this girl's got a set of jugs that'll knock your eyes out of your head.
Well, Ron, you know, I'm trying to be more than just my set of judges.
she's demure.
No, we like
demure.
those knockers, honey. I kept staring at them and I'm gay. You know, no, you have a beautiful body because your boobs go out, your ass goes out. You're like an S. No, you have a very beautiful profile, side view body.
And by
And
the
wait a
way,
minute, and when you walk away, you have a great ass. And when you're coming forward, you got great jugs. So I would say that you're an all-around girl.
and not only that, you guys, she's a great actress and she's a workout fiend, and we are billing her as going to be one of the next female action stars.
Oh yeah.
So
she's
if you are
going.
looking for a beautiful woman who can also act and be a badass, Angie Stevenson is your girl.
I mean, she's got some work history that I'm going to let Jimmy tell all of you out there.
I just want to talk about some of these really
No, give
bomb
her
ones.
credits. Give her.
I want to
she's
talk
got
about
good
one.
credits.
But we have this one movie because I swear to God, every time I mention your name to people, if they're a diehard horror fan, they always come up with this movie, and I didn't even see it. And just by the title, I know it's probably a junker. But Piranaconda.
Oh, Piranaconda.
Everybody talks about Piranaconda. I'm not kidding you. You put your name in there, like, oh my God, she was in Piranaconda, and I'm like, how did anybody even know that film? I mean, it has a good Michael Madsen, Rachel Hunter. Rachel Hunter, that's like Rod Stewart's wife, right?
Yeah, that was Rod Stewart's wife.
And Jed Rowan, who's the bad killer in Blind, is in it, and you're in it.
I don't know why. I don't know why. I literally die in I think the first 20 minutes of the film.
Oh, so we have to watch it at least for the first 20 minutes to watch you die.
10 minutes and then turn it off.
But like, is the film any good? I mean, because some of those cheesy films are just fun and they become kind of like cult classics.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and it gets replayed, probably till the end of time on the Sci-Fi Channel. So it's gonna, be with me for the rest of my
Oh,
life.
I'm gonna totally watch it. I'm gonna totally watch it because I like all
I
those
have
dumb
one
ones.
of those. It's called Croker.
But it
Kroger.
doesn't get played on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Thank God. And that film is going to follow me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
If somebody approaches me to do a movie and I don't want to do it, all I have to say is watch Croker, and then they retract the offer.
Yeah. So one thing that's cool about you too, though, even though you didn't do the first Clown Motel, you did the first Clown Motel short that actually spawned the entire Clown Motel franchise.
I did. Yeah.
So you're with Dave Bailey and Joseph Kelly, you guys, and then she wasn't in Clown Motel 1, and now she's got a good role in Clown Motel 2 opposite Ron. And we think that's going to come out hit film festivals, I think in February they were talking about.
And I told Dave Bailey, in the next film, I'm in Dave's film, I forgot what it's called. I said to Dave, absolutely, Angie has to play my wife, even though she's a lot younger. But, I don't look 100, and I could probably pass for 60.
And you're supposed to like have
And
a
she
gorgeous
looks
wife.
25, so that's not that many years different. Because I said, whatever you do, don't give me Eileen Dietz as a wife. I'll kill myself, because I'm supposed to be very sexy. Like I go behind you and I hold your waist and I say, come on upstairs. I'm ready. I'm really wanting it. That kind. I'm a horny husband.
Yeah.
And I thought that would be a great role to play with you.
I think it sounds.
I'd love to see you and Eileen. I'd love to see you and Eileen do it.
You were right there when I told Dave, and Dave said it's a consideration.
There you go.
It's a good. Let me tell you something. I read his script.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good movie. It's a good, for once in a lifetime, a good script came my way.
Oh, good.
Oh no, it's a good script. It's a very good feature film. And if you played the wife, it's a very twisting character. She's not what she appears to be. So
I like it.
yeah, it's a good film. Dave wrote a really good film. He's almost financed, I think. So we should be shooting that soon.
So also
He
then
hasn't casted it yet.
we
Wait a minute. I finished. He casted me as the father because he reads what I write about my daughters all the time. And he said, Ron, when I wrote your part, I wrote it in your voice. So that's good. And with my earplug, I should have no problem with line.
I love it. Well, you are a very good actor, Ron, and you look striking on camera. I was watching the monitor during
Yeah,
your
you
role.
think so? I mean, I am a good actor. I've been doing it for 43 years, but we're not using
no,
the
63.
63 years. We're not using the cell phone anymore. We're going to go out now and buy the actual mic and little tiny plug that Robert De Niro uses and all those actors that are my age.
Yeah.
So that
I
we'll
gotta
have no
love it.
problem. We could go through those lines really quick.
So hold on. So we went and saw guys Xenophobia, which is in Walmart and all the stores and digital download sites now, which is a trilogy of stories. One of the trilogy stories was called, what was yours? The Sullivan House?
The Sullivan House, and then I was in the ending as well.
Okay, so the Sullivan House in the ending, and the Sullivan House was directed by Thomas Churchill, and she's in that scene, and in it with her is Mark Hoadley, Kelly
Mark. I
Lynn
love
Ryder, Carly Perez, and I thought of the trilogy of the three films, you guys' was definitely like the best one of the three, and when we first met you, you had blood all over you, and I was like, oh, I was so disappointed because I was like, what if I never see her again? And then the only picture I have is her like with all this like blood all over, where she looks good and everything, but like I want a picture of her when she's like a supermodel.
Oh, that was the first time I met.
Yes, that was the first time. We had just moved here. We had just moved to California.
Yeah, and we did a little round table interview.
Yeah, and I still have all that footage.
I remember.
Someplace.
You know what?
Yeah.
All of that has come back to me. Now I remember almost the dialogue we did in that kitchen because everybody kept telling me, "Shut up, they're shooting, quiet."
Yeah.
And Mark was in the other room being tortured by the women,
Yeah.
and I thought Mark did a brilliant job performing. I mean, I loved his work in being tortured. He really, I mean, I know Mark. Mark is a biker. He's a tough guy. And for him to portray that man that is so vulnerable, crying and begging for his life,
Yeah.
I don't understand why Mark wasn't noticed by a lot of people. I like Mark a lot. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he did really well, and that was not an easy, shoot.
No.
We were in a garage. It was very talking about hot from Cloud Motel. That was it was like a hot sauna box. I mean, that
No,
was
it was. I won't give away what happens, but something rolls across.
But you guys got to go see it, and you got to go
You
get
gotta
it.
go see it. It's really a very interesting film, a good film. I wasn't bored. I didn't clip my toenails or fingernails while watching it.
Or sleep. Yeah, because sometimes we go to those movie premieres, and in the middle of it, he wakes up from sleeping,
yes.
and he'll wake up, and everybody notices that he wakes up, or he makes these noises. Ah, ah, ah.
I can't help it. I'm Italian. Italians make sounds. If the film is really bad and the actor is reading lines and doing a dreadful job, I sometimes go, "Oh, Jimmy, oh, I can't bear it."
I can't believe we drove 2 hours for
I mean,
this.
I can't bear the shit that these people produce. These $2 movies, I call them. What the fuck are they trying to do? Ruin our business?
I know.
But I think they're getting better because I'm out there yelling at them all the time, saying, "Be more Hollywood, be more professional." You don't always have to speak in a film.
Right.
You could do 2 minutes of just this. Now, if I do this, my nose is itchy.
Mhm.
Okay. So you don't have to say, "Oh, my nose is itchy." Do that. But when they write, the writers of today, they don't understand that there are actors out there, not just line readers. And I mean, I don't want to talk about films that my friends did.
Yeah, don't.
No, I won't. But I will say one thing: Marcel Waltz. I am a great fan of Marcel Waltz.
Do you know Marcel?
No, I don't.
We need to
Well,
introduce
you're
you.
going to meet him, and I want you to be in one of his films. He's German from Germany, has done wonderful films in Germany, but right now he has a film out that I insist you watch.
Comes out November
with
7th.
Sarah French. It's called Blind.
Okay.
It is the best film that's been out all years out of all of them. A movie star who's gorgeous and famous goes to get laser surgery for her eyes, and they blind her. And now she lives in her mansion up in the Hollywood Hills. But a fan who's crazy moves in, and she doesn't know he's there. So he watches her shower. He watches her when she sleeps. He stalks her.
And he kills everybody
Wait, no,
who
no,
comes.
shut the fuck up. Don't give away the plot. Then the story unfolds, and it's a chiller. It's not a killer. It's not a bloodthirsty film. It's a Hitchcockian kind of a
Suspense.
thriller.
Yeah.
And the ending is stupendous. And now they're doing Blind 2, which I'm excited about because it's going to continue what happens to Sarah French. But Marcel is someone you have to know. And I know he's going to love you when he meets you.
Well, I would love to meet him. I'm German too. German.
Yeah, well, well, that's good. You speak German?
Oh,
Can you understand it?
a little bit.
Well, Marcel is gay and he's married to Dom, and his husband is an airline pilot for China Air from Germany. And of course, he's not working now because of the virus. And Marcel, I believe, blind, they have blind dolls now, blind masks, everything.
Yeah, that
They're
Spirit
really-
Halloween will have like the actual costume
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
killer in it.
Marcel's going to be super loaded, wealthy, rich. I'm so happy. Anyway, he's got a couple of films that he's working on that are going to be excellent films.
So hold on, let's go back to you. So I'm going to talk about some other ones. Okay, so I don't even know what The Family is. Is The Family a horror film?
Yeah, The Family was the first horror film that I ever did with Tony Todd.
Oh, we
Kate
love Tony Todd.
I know. I wrote it down. So all these people have been on our show: Michael Berryman, Tony Todd, Kane Hodder, Devaney Penn, and Jessica Cameron. That's why I wrote it down. I'm actually doing a movie with Kane Hodder right now, and so that was your first horror film. So let's say you weren't in horror films. Do you watch horror films? Do you like them?
I do like them. I'm not like a huge horror film buff. I, for some reason, really love acting in them.
Okay.
I'm not like a crazy horror fanatic. I don't like watching them alone. Is the problem?
See, I couldn't care less. I think they're stupid. And I think they're for kids. No, I think even though I'm in them, I'm in them, it's like a joke. I mean,
I love them.
some of my lines, I just think to myself, why? But
Halloween is my favorite time of year. I've got a 6-foot Jason. I've got a 7-foot werewolf. I got clowns. We just got an alien in my office. I love all the horror stuff. I have. I'm friends with most of the horror movie people back from my clothing designer days, and I have autographed everything from all of them. And like, I'm a diehard horror movie fan.
You'll see it when you come to
like
our
what's
house.
what's a horror movie that you like? Not one that you've been in, but like other horror movies that you think, oh my gosh, I like this horror movie.
Oh gosh, I mean, I like all the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
I like Rob Zombie films. I think they're fantastic. I like more of like a thriller kind of mystery horror.
So do I. So, like Alfred Hitchcock, Psycho. That's the only film that ever moved me emotionally into being shocked. The original Psycho with Janet Leigh and Tony Perkins was wonderful. That's why Churchill tries to be Alfred Hitchcock, and I'm happy about it because he's a great fan of Hitch's, and he tries to put a little Hitchcock in his films. Which is good. It shouldn't only be the same shit. 10 people go into a house, 10 people one by one get chopped up.
He hates that.
And then the one gets away with it. I mean, how many times have we seen that stupid plot? Writers, change it. Do something different.
Yeah. I like more the mental game stuff. Like, I like when there's like a weird psychology behind the character, whoever the bad guy is.
So name a movie that's got that.
Oh, I don't know, like Hannibal.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I love Hannibal.
Yeah.
I like all of them.
The other movie that I really enjoyed was Sadie Katz in what's it?
Megan?
Megan. You have to see it. Sadie did it. They flew it to Genoa, Italy, and they shot it up in the mountains in a beautiful old cabin. I loved Sadie's performance, but I had difficulty with her delivering her lines. And, Sadie's my best friend, so we talk, level. And I said, Sadie, what happened? She said, Ron, remember, those lines were written in Italian. Then they translated them to English, and they lost their value in the English transition. But Sadie Katz uses her eyes and her face. So she's an actress.
Dave Hughes said he's almost in Hollywood and you won't have to watch any of the films alone.
Perfect.
He's on his private jet. Yeah.
I do love them. I can't stand to watch them alone and then be alone in the house.
I like the fun campy ones. Like The Lost Boys is a very fun favorite film of mine.
Oh, that's my hometown.
Yeah. Oh, is it really? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Santa Cruz. So I love The Lost Boys. I love the Hellraiser series, the Friday the 13th series. The first couple Saws were really good. But I like all of that stuff. So, okay. So let's say you're in all these horror. Let me just mention a couple other films you're in, and then we'll talk about something else. So you got Rusty Tulloch, which I guess is it's got a sequel. There's 2 of them.
Oh, does it?
Rusty Tulloch and then Die for $1.
Okay, so the same film. I believe they changed the name.
Oh, well, it's got 2 separate listings on IMDb with Eric Roberts, Richard Tyson, and so that's like a fun one because we've seen Richard Tyson making a big comeback lately. And then you did recently last year at the end of the year, The Stepdaddy with Vincent Ward, Lou Temple, Felissa Rose, Sadie Katz, Sherry Davis, and Kelly Lynn Ryder, which all of them have been on our show too. And that was directed by Churchill.
And Eric Roberts can't remember a line either. He has such difficulty. I'm going to tell him. No, when I see him, I'm going to tell him to get an earplug. He doesn't need cue cards. He only has to get an earplug.
Ron's spilling everyone's secret.
It's not a big deal. Hey, we get up there in years. What do you think this gorgeous creature is going to be when she's 80? Still a piece of ass, but she's not going to remember her lines at 80, I doubt.
You never know.
You never know. I mean, her body will be magnificent.
All right, so
her face will be beautiful. She won't be able to move it, but it'll be beautiful.
Okay, so then she was on Sons of Anarchy, you guys, and she did an episode of SEAL Team, which actually I'm friends with Neil Brown Jr., who's on SEAL Team, and he's been on our show 2 or 3 times,
Mhm.
and I kind of lost touch when they got the Academy Award nomination from Straight Outta Compton. Like I haven't really talked to him, in like 2 years, but a great guy, really cool guy. He actually came on for a birthday show that we did for somebody, and so that's freaking awesome. So you've done TV, you've done movies. Let's do like some hypothetical things, like okay, if
Are
you
we there yet?
yes,
Oh, let's go so fast.
no, we got time. We got
Well,
like
then-
15
then
minutes.
do the hypotheticals later.
Well, why? What do you want to talk
I
about?
like when you end the show with the hypotheticals.
Okay.
It's a good segue out. I want to know more about her. We know her career. We know she's a wonderful actress. But for her fans, years ago, we had movie magazines. And the magazines came into your house, photographed you in the bathtub, in the kitchen, all over. Then they talked about you like roses or you like Cadillacs. And the fans got to know you. And they sort of like felt buddies. They don't do that anymore. So I like to bring that kind of Hollywood back.
I like
What do
that.
you what do you drive?
Oh, currently I drive a white Mercedes. I
Okay.
drove pickup trucks my whole life, but those don't go very well in Hollywood with parking and stuff.
And up in the hills the roads are narrow. If
I did
someone
have
if-
150 at
if
one time.
someone were to send you flowers, what's your favorite flowers?
White roses.
Well, me too.
Oh my God,
that's
that's
mine.
see, that's why you guys are so alike.
Absolutely. I have them in the garden. I love my white
Oh,
roses.
I love that. You know what I've been getting into lately? I've been planting a succulent cactus garden.
That's pretty. I have that also.
You
Palm Springs cactus grows like weeds. Okay.
it's
If you were to find the ideal man, the man of your dreams,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about who he is and what he would be like.
Oh goodness.
Start off with Dave Hughes.
65-year-old married whore.
Not a few of those. I'm going to avoid those in the future.
Yes, good.
So who's your ideal man? What are the qualities that he must have for you to appreciate him?
Honest.
That's good.
Yeah, honesty, humor. I love humor. Somebody that can make me laugh, be goofy with me. Somebody creative minded. I think that I can appreciate that. Just loyalty. I think is probably the number one thing, and that's tough in this town.
Well, you just described me.
What are we waiting
I
for?
am really all those things. That's why Jimmy and I get along so well. I don't fool around. I don't cheat. I flirt because I'm Italian and we have to flirt. People
Yeah.
expect it of Italian Americans. But I agree with you. Honesty is the most important.
Yeah.
If something's bugging you, tell me. Don't keep it in and hate me.
Yeah.
Have you been married?
I have been married. Married and divorced. I got married very young at 20 years old to a musician. This is kind of my thing. But a broke musician. And we were
Not good.
married for 6 years in Los Angeles. And that's what kind of brought me up to the city. I was living in from Santa Cruz to Orange County and then up to Los Angeles, kind of followed him up
So,
here.
so you were born in Santa Cruz.
Dave Hughes says he drives a Mercedes and a Lotus, so he can be her chauffeur. And I need to, and then he wrote 65. I need to add a few years. Okay, 72 and a whore.
He's such a degenerate.
We
And
love
he-
you,
and-
Dave.
And he's married, and he doesn't care that his wife hears this. He has
He's probably so loyal. He's probably just such
Yeah.
a trash talker, and he's so loyal.
exactly
He's kissing her feet all day long.
right.
Exactly. See, it's not those ones you have to worry about. It's the
Yes,
quiet ones.
yes, it's the
Oh, yeah.
quiet ones because they're the ones you don't know what's
Okay,
going on.
Yeah.
now, who has come on to you and upset you so tremendously by their crudeness? Not the person, the type.
Oh, the type. Well, probably just married men that come on and hide it.
Oh, that's the worst.
I mean, did anybody ever grab your ass or stuff like that?
No, I've grabbed a few though.
Good girl.
That was a good answer.
That's a good girl. I love her. No, you're really terrific. We're having fun again. Okay, next question. Favorite food? The dish that you would order if it were your life at stake.
Sushi.
Hey!
Sushi. Yeah.
We disagree there.
Oh, yeah.
Raw fish.
I wouldn't eat that shit if you paid me.
Ceviche. I love ceviche.
See,
What?
you're ceviche.
The hell is ceviche?
It's like a shrimp dish that you usually get on vacation. You have a nice margarita with it.
Oh, see, I don't eat fish
You don't
ever.
even- okay.
So I would.
He's all Italian, so he would eat something Italian. I would eat either a huge steak or chicken parmeson because those are my
Oh, he's
two
so
favorite
full of
things.
shit. He'd eat McDonald's. He'd eat the
No,
Burger,
I do like all that
Burger
too.
Queen. He'd eat all that crap.
Well, I
Do
do
you-
love spaghetti and meatballs, and I like a good tuna fish sandwich.
Although when you have to come to my house.
Do you eat
for
any
dinner.
junk? Do you eat any junk at all? Like, do you eat any fast food?
Not
No.
with a not with a body.
What about
like that.
Chipotle?
I have eaten Chipotle on occasion. I've kind of been going through this whole thing of, knowing where any meat products are coming from that I eat, and it's just a personal preference.
Now, if a very tall, dark, handsome, gorgeous young man asked you out on a date, and then he said to you, "Where would you like to go?" Where would you tell him?
Ooh. Gosh, if I could pick anywhere, probably Nobu.
Anything, anywhere, your
Oh,
heart's desire.
Maybe Nobu and Malibu.
Nobu in Malibu.
Oh yeah,
Nobu and Malibu.
Ron likes that one.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very romantic place because if I remember correctly, the windows are all glass and the waves almost come up to the windows. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And they used to be years ago candles. They used to have candles on the tables. Do they still have candles?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
a few months, so.
That place was called something else years ago, and then they bought it and they refurbished it, made it bigger. But I believe that Kim Novak and Kirk Douglas made a movie in the original place. It was called Strangers When We Meet. And that's the era, that 1962. That's when I was in that restaurant, the old way. And it was probably one of the most romantic places to be.
Very romantic.
Yeah. And the food was decent. A lot of fish shit I used to eat around it.
Well, I don't know. You just don't like fish. Have you ever liked fish?
Not at all. I don't eat it. I hate it. It's
I like it.
disgusting.
I like some of it.
Ugh.
So I just got a text message
Uh-huh.
from Dean Piper, who owns the radio station,
Yeah.
who says you are absolutely gorgeous and he'll apply to be your boyfriend. And he's one of the premier music journalists in the country.
Oh,
And
really?
he goes to all the festivals, when festivals were going on, and interviews every band and everything like that. So he would like it.
And he is also one of my favorite people. He is an honest guy, outspoken,
Mhm.
and very, very not an ounce of prejudice in that man's body.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He is such a cool guy.
So I want to
Too
know
bad he's a degenerate.
who are some, like, growing up, who were some of your musician crushes? Since you like musicians, who were some of the ones you were like, oh my God, I like so much? Because you don't, from what I've seen in pictures of you, you don't really go after that traditional muscle bound, like Malibu beach guy. You go after like the rock star looking guys.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like tattoos. They're kind of my thing.
I love it.
A little edge to them. I like a little scruff. I don't like a,
Clean
too-
shaven.
Yeah, you don't like fairy looking men. Men don't look like fairies. Now listen,
But I'm not sexually drawn to them.
neither am I. I hate those queens. But Jimmy and I are now going to ask you on a date. Okay.
Where are we going?
We're going to take you on a date. When the dome opens again,
Oh, she'll like that.
you're going to love it because all Pink Floyd, all of our friends that play in the orchestra will be there. It's an evening. We lay in a lounge. You look up at the ceiling, and all kinds of magnificent stuff happens while the Pink Floyd people are playing. The music is incredible. The evening is fantastic, and we're going to take you there. And you're
It's at the
gonna love it.
Wisdom in
The
L.A.
The
Our-
Wisdom. Have you ever been to the Wisdom?
No, I have not.
Well,
it's an amazing
we're going
thing.
to take you because we get in for free.
Yeah, it's like expensive.
So it's very expensive. So
But
that's
you
why-
go and you lay and members of Pink Floyd and Kid Rock's band and all these different bands, they made like a super group. Stephen Perkins from Jane's Addiction.
Scott Page is
Yeah,
on
and they have
sax.
and they play Pink Floyd music while they have this cool show that like does it on the roof in 3D. It's awesome.
Wow. So you get to lay back. And
Yeah,
watch
you lay
it.
back
Yeah,
and
you
watch
lay in
it.
these lounges. And you look up,
Anytime I can lay back on my back, I'm happy.
Yes,
if
it's
you- if-
She said anytime she lays on her back, she's happy to
Good.
watch a good show.
Yeah, but if you get a gummy bear and eat an ear, it's even better.
You gotta like
If
love it.
you're-
Wait.
If you're a little loaded,
She didn't answer me though. Who are some like growing up? Who were some of the band people that you liked, or what bands did you like growing up when you were 21 and you just got divorced and you were looking for the next band guy to go out with? Like, what was a famous band that you'd be like, oh my god, I love this band?
Okay, well, I've always had a big crush on Slash.
Oh,
On who?
really? Slash from Guns N' Roses. I've actually met him once.
He's just, I don't know, that big smile, the big puffy lips, the big teddy bear body. That just,
See, that one wouldn't do much for me, but I actually met.
it shouldn't. You're
Who's the-
married, you
No,
slut.
we're talking about when we were 20.
yeah, when we were 20.
I actually was. I'm not friends with, but I know now. Steven Adler. So he's the drummer from Guns N' Roses, but I wasn't a huge like. So what kind of bands do you like? If you're listening right now, what kind of bands do you listen to? What kind of music do you like?
Oh gosh, I love the blues. I love rock and roll. I like old standard jazz music. I grew up singing in jazz choir all through high school and middle school, so I kind of I have a very eclectic taste. But old music is kind of my thing. But I do
Peggy
like,
Lee. Do you like Peggy Lee?
I love Peggy Lee.
She's my favorite female. Johnny Mathis,
Yes.
my favorite male. And I know Johnny, and he's as wonderful as his voice is.
Oh,
He's
I love
sweet, shy, and gentle. Johnny, I love him to death.
Well, that would be my go-to karaoke song. Would be Fever.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. So we also actually, believe it or not, before Ron was on the show, because I had the show a couple of years before Ron came on.
When it was lousy, it was a
we-
shitty radio show.
we actually had your boyfriend's band on our show at that time, which was very fun. When they had a huge hit, like because they've had several hits, like they had one of their big hits. I don't even know how we got him. Somebody contacted us and had him come on, but we had a blast with it. And so let's go to some hypotheticals. Can we tell people what band he's in or no?
Have a field day.
So Pop Evil, you guys, she dates someone in Pop Evil,
Oh, give his name for
Not.
Christ.
and his
Not
name's
secret. I mean, we're still, all over our
it's
social.
all over social media. His name's
So
Matt,
what-
right?
What's his secret?
His name's
Now, wait a
Matt,
minute.
and
If
he's
I-
super cool
Do,
looking.
do you want to give me his phone number so I can call him and tell him if he doesn't marry you in 6 months, it's over? I'll beat the shit out of him. I will have him killed.
This is
I-
the thing. We're like a bird and a fish. Like we love each other, but we don't know where to live. Like he likes the woods. He likes to be in the middle of nowhere. I like the California sun. I have family here, so it's like that kind of a thing.
All you have
They'll
to
work
do,
it out.
All you have to do is get a house up at Lake Arrowhead. There's plenty of woods up there.
There you go.
There's a solution to every problem if the love is real.
But you guys go and watch Pop Evil because Pop Evil is a badass band. We had them on the show. They play arenas and stuff. They're fabulous. And now I want to go to my hypotheticals because we only have a
One
couple
more
of
thing.
minutes.
Sadie Katz and Sherry Davis are like my children. And now you are also my daughters. And I guide you and I tell you what's wrong and what you're doing wrong. Sadie is in the most wonderful relationship with Miles, and they're going to get married soon. And Sherry Davis, as you know, may be involved with you know who, which I'm not allowed to say because I'll get killed. But so now we have to have you in a wonderful, loving relationship because you are too perfect, too special, and too wonderful not to be kissed, held, and loved. And that's my honest opinion. You're wasting it. You're wasting it. Tell Matt either shit or get off the pot. Like I told that to Jimmy. When I met Jimmy, he was in a 28-year relationship, and he's madly in love with me. Come to my house to have sex. I said, that's not what it's about, baby. I'm no Backstreet guy. Either you dump this creep and marry me or get lost. Well, he dumped the creep and married me.
That's right.
Oh,
Especially since Ron went to the guy's fucking door, went to my house and told him everything.
No. He was so excited to meet me and so impressed. Oh, Ron Russell, what a pleasure. What an honor to meet you. I'm so happy. I said, in 10 minutes, you won't think so.
romantic.
I'm right. I tell it like it is, baby. I spare nothing.
So hold on, we got to go because we only have a couple minutes.
No, I want.
We're gonna have to. Okay, so tell me this. Hypothetical. On your bucket list. First of all, everybody, I'm just gonna say this again. We're gonna push Angie Stevenson to be the next female action hero, and she's gonna be super hot because a lot of the female action heroes are a little bit like dykey looking, and she's not. So it'll be fabulous that we have a beautiful, gorgeous action hero. But if you could have been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you have liked to been in? And then the second part of the question is bucket list, male and female celebrity that you would love to have an opportunity to work with.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Hypothetical movie, maybe Scarface. Or True Romance.
Oh, that's a good one too. And nobody ever says
Now,
that.
wait a minute. Why Scarface? What part would you play?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Okay. Well, you could get away with it.
Yeah, you could play Michelle Pfeiffer.
You're on her type.
Does it have to be a movie or can it be a television show?
It could be a television show too. Give us a television show you'd like to be in. Would have liked to be in.
I'm obsessed with the show Kingdom right now. It's on Netflix, and it's this MMA show, and I just can't stop watching it. I'm almost done, and I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
So let's contact him and tell him you want to be in it.
Well, it's over. Unfortunately, it was filmed in, I think, 2014.
Oh, well, too bad we can't get there then.
Yeah, we didn't.
We got to find another one though. You're gonna send me a list of all the shows that are on right now that are still filming that you want to like be in, and we'll contact all of them and pitch you.
Also, Jimmy produces movies, not $2.
I told her.
Not $2 movies.
And I'm working on her
the
now.
real big movies.
Wait, actors and actresses you want to be in, would like to work with. What's an actor and an actress you think would be fun to work with?
Would like to work with. Gosh, I mean, Jack Nicholson is.
Oh, I like that.
Jack-
I like that.
Not working anymore, but I just.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I heard that people that work with him really didn't have a happy time. Yeah.
I like him, so I'd be okay.
Nice guy, but difficult.
I love him in that Wolf movie with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Nice guy, but very difficult on the set.
Okay, so that's okay. And then another one, and a female.
And a female. I love Sharon Stone.
Okay, that's good. I was gonna say, don't say Meryl Streep.
My daughter knows Sharon well because my daughter worked for Platinum Business Management, and my daughter handled all of Sharon Stone's money and business. And Leslie said, knowing her, you want to kill yourself.
Oh, really? Well,
Doesn't listen. She bought a Rolls Royce. She backed it in the garage and knocked out a light, blamed it on Rolls Royce and the company that sold it to her because the beeping didn't happen. And she insisted on a new Rolls Royce. And she contacted my daughter and said, Leslie, get me a new Rolls Royce because the one I have doesn't work. It's broken. So Leslie said, Sharon, we can't do that. So Sharon said, you tell Rolls Royce and the dealership that if they give me a new Rolls Royce, they can photograph me in it 4 times. So they negotiated that, and Rolls Royce gave her a brand new Corniche white convertible.
Oh.
That's Sharon Stone.
They think in the chat room you'd look good with Dolph Lundgren in a movie, but I don't agree with that. So he's too passe.
You know what? If Sharon gets word of what I just
I know
said,
you were dumb to say that.
because my daughter signed a, what do you call it? Non-disclosure.
That's okay. Oh, well.
Well, she didn't say it. I said it. So
So what about if you were going to have a romantic Hollywood lead by someone famous? Not that you're going to actually go out with them, but you were going to be in a romantic movie with someone who's famous in Hollywood. Who would you like to have who would you like to work with as a romantic
and don't
lead?
say Ron Russell because he's gay.
Damn it. Now I'm blank. I drew a blank. Oh goodness. Gerard Butler seems fun.
Yeah,
I feel like there would be some fun chemistry and, you know,
he's also fucking hot.
guys.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
I don't know.
Hey,
I
You
know
who
who he is.
Yeah, you know who he is.
What movie?
300.
Yeah.
You've seen him in a ton of movies because we watched something that he was
Do
in
I
just
think he's
recently.
handsome?
Yeah, I think you think he's handsome. I'll
Oh,
find a
good.
picture. Keep talking.
Oh, you're allowed to date him.
No, this wasn't to date him though. This is just to be in a movie with him.
Well, if she's in a movie with him, he's going to hit on her, or he's gay.
No, he might be married.
That doesn't matter. He'll still hit on her, or he's gay.
I like.
How does it feel being so beautiful? I'm going to tell you a little quick story. You know, Jane Russell, the movie legend, was my dearest and best friend. We hung out together. We like brother and sister. And one day I said to her, Jane, what does it feel like when you look in the mirror now and you don't see what you look like when you were the most beautiful woman in the world? And she turned to me. She said, what the hell do you think, Ron? So do you feel the same way? What's it going to be when you're 89 years old and you look in the mirror and you see an older woman looking back? And are you going to be angry or hurt that you're still not young and beautiful?
She's gonna be old and beautiful.
I don't, that's a tough one. I mean, I think everybody has their own, you know, when it comes to aging and look, I'm not 22 anymore, but, I just hope when I'm in that place that I'm at peace with my life.
There
And
you
that
go.
Right.
I can say I had a beautiful life and, you
Well,
know,
Jane Russell felt when she was young, everything was given to her.
mhm.
Everything. She, no matter where she went, what she did, everything was given to her. People just catered to her constantly. And now at 89 years old, you know, she hung out with me. I took her to consignment shops to shop. It was a little different from her Hollywood years. But
Yeah.
she was beautiful at 89. She was still a beautiful woman. And I think you're going to be a beautiful woman at 89 also.
Well, that's sweet. Oh, we got an appearance from Bob.
There we
King.
go.
Well, when you're 89, I'll look at you and I'll tell you if you're beautiful or not.
I'm sure you will be. So hold on. So real quick, Gerard Butler was. Remember the movie we saw about the lady with the TV show, and we just saw it like 2 weeks ago, and he had the show and he was like all rude and everything, and you loved the movie so much.
Oh, yeah.
That's Gerard Butler.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Make a movie with him. If you don't marry him, ball him. And then come back and give me all the details.
So hold
Oh,
on.
yeah, he
We got to
is-
go though because
He
we have another
is a
guest.
hot guy. Let me
So
tell
you guys, please follow Angie on Twitter. It's at Real Angie S. Her Instagram is Angie Stevenson Official, ANGIESTEVENSON Official. Watch all her films, you guys. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. We're gonna work on getting her in some new stuff that's coming out, and she's got some stuff on IMDb and pre-production. And if you're a director listening to this and you need a beautiful, fabulous actress with substance, please get in touch with her or get in touch with me because we want Angie Stevenson to be the next like female Bruce Willis.
And all of our and all of the fans of our show, I hope today we brought you the conversation show that I like doing, and now you know more about Angie, and you'll love her dearer as a fan.
There you go, Angie. Thank you so much. We got another guest, so
Until
we gotta
we see
go.
you again,
We'll
my
see you
darling,
soon. Love
stay,
you.
Stay safe, stay well, stay safe, stay well, stay happy.
Bye.
I love that girl.
Yay.
You know, I spent the whole day with her, and she was just the most delightful person. Look at this. pretty
Hey,
girl.
Cheyenne, how you doing?
Who's this beautiful
Hi.
lady?
Are you on a phone?
Yes.
Can you turn it sideways by any chance?
Yes, I can. Oh.
Oh, it didn't turn
upside
with it, though.
Stay
Let me
that
see.
way. No, you're going upside down.
I wonder why. Usually it turns with you when you do it. I didn't turn. Okay, that's okay. I just wanted to because then we would have a full feature of you.
Look at the smile on this one. She's got some smile. People
Oh,
tell
thank
you
you.
that. Do they tell you that all the time? You have a beautiful smile.
Yes, but it's me. So they ask, why are you smiling? What did you do? And they kind of look around to see what I messed up.
I think it's so
She
nice.
messed up.
No, it's so nice that you're happy and you share that smile with everybody. Screw them when
Oh,
they
thank you.
say that.
Thank
So
you.
So let me
It's all
let me do an official introduction. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly gorgeous and talented Cheyenne Ray Hernandez. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much.
Before we get started, let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hi,
Hi,
welcome
Ron.
to the show. And just
Thank you.
in 1 minute, seeing you and hearing you, I know I'm going to like you. You have a very likable, a very happy, likable self.
I just
Indeed.
saw you guys talking to Angie, and I was like, "Oh, I love them."
And
You guys are awesome.
you know Angie, don't you? Because I see she likes your Instagram pictures. I don't know if you know each other or not.
No, I just saw she tagged me in something yesterday, so I'm gonna follow her and see what she's about and
Oh,
stuff.
and
She's
she actually-
gorgeous.
She tagged you because both of you
Yeah,
are
but,
on our
you
show
know,
today.
her-
She's fabulous. You'll love
Her
her.
gorgeous
She's
face
gorgeous.
is only a part of her. I worked the whole day with her. You know, a 14-hour day. We just shot a film together, and I found the most wonderful, down-to-earth, honest, genuine, lovely actress girl. So be her
Aw.
friend. She's not a bitch. She's not an evil bitch. No, you know how some of these jealous bitches are in the movies. They hate each other. Not
I
Angie.
need friends. All of my friends I've met through Tax Collector, and I have the most amazing friend group. So I mean,
She's a
I
good
can't
one.
wait to meet her too.
And,
You'll like
and
her.
Angie. Angie's the real deal.
So hold on. We have a chat room full of people with all countries. We have Australia, we have Canada, we have the UK, we have the United States, we have Germany. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi everybody, I'm in Australia right now. It's 6 a.m.
Yes, Anton. We have Anton. He's in there too. So tell us. So why are you in Australia?
Well, my partner lives in Australia, and so we both kind of live half in Australia, half in Hollywood. And I came out here for 4 days actually, and then the pandemic hit, and so I just kind of
so
haven't.
you're stuck there.
So you're stuck there.
Oh
Well,
my gosh.
Australia is not. I've never been, but I have friends that are Australian, and it's a nice place.
Yeah, we've had a lot of
It's a
people.
nice
from,
place to get stuck.
We've had a lot of
I
people.
only
Oh,
hear
yeah.
the telephone systems stink. That's what my friend said. If you try to use a hook, what's it called, telephone,
A landline.
a landline, they don't work well.
Oh,
I don't know. We've actually
I
had
don't know.
over the years, because we've been on the air for 13 years. So we've had lots of people from Australia on the show in the past 13 years. And it's always like such a thing because they have to get up so early to come on the show. So we always like appreciate it. But number one, I want to say congratulations to you. You guys can follow Cheyenne on Instagram. You're not on Twitter, are you? Because I couldn't find you.
I have a Twitter. I'm not good at it. I honestly, I don't like social media at all. I do it because I have to, but
Your Instagram is
Instagram.
busy though. Your Instagram is, so you guys can follow her on Instagram. It's at Cheyenne CHEYENNE RAE_Hernandez HERNANDEZ. She's got an active a very active Instagram because I've been watching it the last couple of days since you're coming on the show. And I want to say congratulations for The Tax Collector. I went on IMDb like 3 weeks ago and you were like number 60 something on IMDb. And then last
So
week
weird.
last week you were 345 and this week you're like 900. I mean, that's a pretty amazing thing. That one movie brings you so high up into the stratosphere and on everybody's like radar. Because for anybody who's listening who doesn't know, number 65 on IMDb, to give you an idea, Margot Robbie, one of the biggest stars on the planet, is number 64 when she was number 65. She was ahead of Angelina Jolie, Charlize Theron. She's ahead of all the major stars because this film has totally skyrocketed. And from what I understand,
And I'm 61.
yes. So congratulations on that. And I heard it was one of your first things that you did.
Well, it was my first audition when I moved to Hollywood. So it's crazy that it happened and that I mean my numbers high like that. I'm still kind of in disbelief right now because I think I went from being I was the newest person on that cast, hands down. Everybody else is like established and everybody knows who they are. And I just rock up and I was just terrified to mess it up for everybody and be the weak link or something, you know? So I think it was a lot of pressure in that movie to just get it right so I don't let down everybody else on that film.
So where are you from?
El Paso, Texas.
Oh, okay. You're a Texas girl. We have a lot
Yes.
of friends. Sherry Davis is from Texas. Another girl you should know, an actress who's wonderful.
We can introduce you to everybody because we're
Sherry-
basically
yeah.
we're like the king of the indie films. We go to all the red carpets and we know all the people in all of them, and they all
I
come on
love
our
that.
show. So we can like really introduce you. And when you come back here, we can get you invited to all of them if you want to go.
right. And
Oh, I
work-
would love to. I
and
love
I
meeting
work.
people.
I work in all the $2 movies.
$2 movies is
the
his
horror-
idea for the low budget horror movies that he does a million of.
Those are the best ones.
They are fun. They are
They
fun.
are so stupid that I stand there reading, doing the lines, and I thought, "What am I doing?" This. I could be home cooking, baking a cake.
So let me brag about Tax Collector real quick. So you guys, here's some of the people that are in it: Bobby Soto, Cynthia Carmona, which I believe is in another TV series I'm getting ready to work on. Shia LaBeouf. I don't know who Jose Conejo Martin is, but his IMDb number was really good. George Lopez, everybody knows Lana Parrilla from Once Upon a Time. I mean, she's a huge star. Jimmy Smits, huge star. Noel Guglielmi, who's been on our show twice. He's from Fast and Furious. So they got all these like great names. And here's what it says the movie is about. The tax collector working for a local crime lord finds his family's safety compromised when the rival of his boss shows up in LA and upends the business. And in the picture of you're walking with like some kind of like semi-automatic weapon or something. Like, so I don't know what you play.
Did we see that one?
No, we didn't see it.
Why haven't we seen it?
I don't know. We just haven't.
Why? Yeah. Why haven't you seen it?
They didn't send us a screener.
We'll watch it tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll watch it.
Can they send us a
Okay.
link? Can they send us a
I
link?
can get one. I can
Get a link.
link.
I want to watch it. Now that I know her, I want to watch it.
So tell us a little bit about it and how was it? So it was your first audition. How was that?
Absolutely insane, crazy. I had just gotten my manager in Hollywood. I was freshly not homeless, so I had finally gotten a small place over by Compton. I thought, okay, things are looking up for me. I have a manager now. I have a coach. I'm going to move forward, and so I went on my first audition to a different show that David Ayer was working on, and I auditioned, and all of a sudden my manager called me, and he's like, you got a call back. Like he wasn't expecting it. We just thought it was going to be like a learning experience. It was my first one. And he's like, okay, we got to get everything together, regroup. And so I went to the callback, got another call back. And so now we're freaking out. And he's like, I can't believe this. This is crazy. And then we get another call saying that the show wasn't going to go forward anymore. And so bummed, so heartbroken. But at the same time, I had that feeling of, but if I can get 2 callbacks on my first audition, what else can I do? And
Absolutely.
It was really exciting still. And then I get a text from David Ayer, who I had no idea had my phone number. And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, you're going to be big. He's like, I think you really have something. He's like, be at this place at this time. So I went and I showed up, and in this huge place is Conejo, Cynthia, Bobby, and myself. And then David was late, and so all of us are just panicking in this big room. And then, because none of us knew why we were there. And then he walks in, and he sits down in front of us like this, and he just gives us the whole movie plot and says who we're going to play. And he's like, all right, any questions? And that's how I got my first role.
Oh my God, how cool is that though? So you didn't even know what was up because you were originally looking for a TV show and it ended up being like this big movie.
That's what's that's what's so fascinating about our business. You don't know from day to day. Today you're eating, spaghetti with ketchup in a drugstore, and then tomorrow you're at the best restaurant having filet mignon.
Well, it's funny because during filming, when filming wrapped, they said, okay, you can keep one outfit. And at the time, I didn't have jeans. I had one pair of jeans. So I wanted the outfit that was black and sexy and cute, and it had all the accessories to go with it. But then I looked at the outfit next to it, and I'm like, but I need jeans. I don't have jeans. So I took the outfit that had jeans, and it's something I think that I'll always remember. Because it was just that moment for me when everybody's excited about keeping their favorite costume, and I'm like, I gotta get the one with jeans. I don't have jeans.
Let me brag a little bit. So you guys, for those of you guys listening, just to we mentioned David Ayer, and not everybody might not know who he is. So he's a very well-known director. He did the Brad Pitt movie Fury that got an Academy Award nomination. Suicide Squad, Bright. They're working on Bright 2, Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. I mean, like he's not. We're not talking about like little $2 million movies. I mean, these are like hundreds of millions of dollar movies. So it's like a really big. Did you realize what a big deal he was when you were going there, or you didn't know how big a deal he was?
I know that when I was auditioning for him, my acting coach and my manager they kept telling me he's up there. He's a big player, and it kind of went over my head because I was so new to the industry. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he's really good, and. I don't know who I thought I was, guys. But then I went in there, and you try to put on your best face. You try to go in and give them the best of yourself. So that's what I did, and then it's in a room full of people. I think Lionsgate was in there. I mean, it was terrifying. And then he says, "Oh, it says here you're an Army vet," and I said, "Yes, sir." And then he said, "Oh, I was in the Navy," and it's like everything just dropped, and I just became I was just a soldier. I was like, really? And then I just started like asking him questions about the Navy, and we were comparing horror stories, and he asked me about my childhood, and I didn't want to be honest because I had a weird childhood, but something told me, just be open with him, just be honest. And so I was like, all right, here it is. I'm a mess, and then I just kind of was myself. And I remember him giving me that look and like doing that. And later on, he told me, he's like, I saw that, he's like, you had experience, you had pain. He's like, you had something to give this industry. And so it was just, I think it was dropping the facade and just being myself and connecting with another veteran.
That's absolutely the way to go. Well, years ago, we used to call them go-sees. And if I went to a go-see, I used to see all the other people who were, working for the part, so artificial, so phony, so nothing. I would go there and tell them, I'm from Brooklyn. I got kicked out of high school at 16 because I was a bad boy. And I'm a great actor. Now, you want more or what? And they would look at me and they'd say, your honesty and your frontness and your toughness is good. And I get the part. If you go there acting like you're a grand dame or you're full of shit, they know it. They've seen this every day. They have thousands of people that go. Do they still call them go-sees?
Auditions now they call.
Oh, now
them.
they call them auditions.
I think, I don't know. Do they call them go-sees? I don't think they do.
I've never heard go-sees. No.
Am I that fucking old? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Just so you know, because since you don't really know us, he's 80.
I'm 80 years old. I'm in the business 63 years, and we used to call them go-sees. Go see if you can get it.
So wait, so you were from Texas.
I love it.
Then you moved to LA. I saw you have some other, credits. You have a TV series, a mini TV series called Rumors, something called Pop Verb, The Cleaner and the Dead Man, and you did one episode of Hawaii Five-0 where you actually had a speaking role in it, though, right? You spoke in it.
Yeah, I was the villain. So I was like, in the beginning, I'm like, my boyfriend's dead, and then later on, I killed him.
I love Hawaii Five-0. I think it's like, it's one of my more favorite like cop shows.
You are a very delightful person. I mean,
thank you.
You're up, you're happy, and in these days of horror that we live in, it's so nice to see somebody like you. I'm enjoying you a lot.
Thank you. It took me a while. I wasn't always like this. It took me, I think, after the movie to find who I was. When I was in the military, I was one of the only females in an infantry unit. So if I wasn't getting hit on, I was getting my life threatened. It was a weird combination. So I just kind of tried to stay under the radar, and I didn't really talk. I was kind of snippy to people just because I would have rather be known as the bitchy medic than anything else, So so I think that after during Tax Collector, David and Shia and them, they really brought me out because they knew that I wasn't being authentic. They knew that there was something hidden underneath. And once they brought out the freak and the weirdo, there's no caging me back. So it's
Perfect.
like, I'm just like, I feel like I unlocked what it means to be happy, and it's just to be yourself. And I don't care what anybody thinks about me anymore. I say outlandish, weird things, and I'm just me. And I'm like, I feel like I'm the most successful person in the world, not because of my career or anything that I've done professionally, but just because I finally, I think, nailed who I want to be.
Cheyenne, listen to some words of wisdom. Your personality will have a fan. Remember that. No matter what anyone's personality is, bitchy, rotten, mean, good, sweet, they all have a fan of some kind. And your personality now is going to have many fans. And how
Thank you.
and how I see you is in romantic comedy. I think you would be brilliant in a romantic comedy.
Oh, thanks. I've never heard that before. I would love that.
No, you have that quality about you. You know, the crazy screwball comedies where the guy and the girl go together, they break up and they do all kinds of crazy stuff. I think you would be very good in that part. So if anybody out there, which we have many people in the business looking, don't think of her as a dramatic army person shooting guns. Think of her as a romantic, crazy girl having a lot of fun with the boy.
I think it would be fun.
Put
you and Angie both, though, because since you're both like athletic and can be like the badass bitches, you and Angie could both be in some kind of a movie. We could have some kind of like female superhero Suicide Squad or something. That would be cool.
That would be.
Yeah, wouldn't that be dope?
No, I feel about Cheyenne is comedy. I think
she can do that too because she's got such a beautiful smile.
I think she'd be very good delivering comedic lines.
Actually,
George Lopez thinks I'm funny, so
yeah, and that's huge because he's a huge comedian. I mean, he's huge. By the way,
I either get two reactions from him. Either he laughs at me or he goes, "Ay, Misha."
So I want to say, first of all, because everybody in the chat room, they're all writing thank you for your service. And so we do want to recognize the fact that you're a military veteran now who's gone Hollywood, which is great. We have another Fred, Steve Ham, who was a helicopter pilot. And he's also joined the acts of now that he's out of the military, he's doing all kinds of stuff in movies and film, and he's a friend of ours. And so we want to thank you for your service because we think it's awesome. And I think it's terrific. What a career, the way your career is taking off. So now you're in Australia. The movie's a big hit. Are you getting calls or like, is it messing you up too much because you're stuck in Australia?
The Australia piece isn't messing with me because everything's kind of been self-tape or Zoom meeting and stuff. What is hard is that people that were in the industry are now getting furloughed or laid off. So the contacts that people knew, people are finding, oh, wait, they're no longer working anymore. So I know that a lot of Hollywood is taking a hit from all of this. So it has been harder to get meetings, but I mean, I'm at every door. I'm just like, if it doesn't come to me, I'm going to go to it. So
that's why you have to be.
Yeah.
That's why you have to do it.
Is there no way you could get back to the States if you flew to another country that's open? Are we open to anything?
No, I don't think we're open to
anything.
No
one can come in from anywhere in the world.
I don't actually know.
Into
No, I can. I can go. Like if I booked a role, I could go. The thing is right now, I feel like there's no point in sitting in LA, not making money and waiting for a role when it's all over video anyways. If I book one, I'll be there tomorrow. So
okay, so you can get in as long as you got a role. So you're there with your significant other. Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Okay. Is he in the industry?
No, he's in aerospace actually. So very different, but yeah.
What does he think? Like, did he go watch the movie and what did he think? And I'm sure he's supportive or you wouldn't be with him.
He's literally my biggest fan. I'm very, very lucky to have him. Even right now, it's 6 a.m. over here, and he got up before me to make me coffee and make sure that I was ready for the interview. I mean, total rock star. Yeah,
he's a
total rock star. Definitely.
Marry him as fast as you can.
Oh, definitely. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna marry him.
He makes coffee in the morning. That's worth marrying, believe me.
Oh yeah, and I lied to him and told him I only had one cat when I actually have 4, and he's still with me. So I think he's a keeper.
Why did you say cat?
Cat.
Yeah.
Is he good looking?
He must be.
Oh, he's beautiful. He's beautiful.
What does he look like?
Like a Viking. Like he has the blue eyes. I mean, he's just gorgeous. He's from
Love it.
New Zealand. He's my little small town New Zealand boy. He got it in his head that he was going to move to America and become the U.S. president. So he wound up in Wall Street. I mean, he's got an interesting story. And then realized, oh, you have to be a U.S. citizen to be the president. I thought it was awesome.
You have to be not even a
Yep.
citizen. You have to be a natural born American to be.
Yeah.
president.
Yeah.
So
So
I would absolutely give you this advice. The minute you get off the show, go over to him and say, Ron Russell said we should get married, and I agree. And set a date, and get married. Sounds good.
well, it's funny. I had that moment where I was cooking and I looked around and I was like, why haven't you asked me to marry you yet? And I had this like super vulnerable moment. And then he's like, because we're in quarantine and I want it to be special. And he's like, so if you'd be patient. So we'll see.
There you
Maybe
go.
I'll have some-
I love
If
that.
he's telling the truth, he's wonderful. And if he's full of shit, then he's just like a bunch of rest of the guys. They all come up with excuses. Now that you have to decide which is the right answer.
See, I know you said you see me in romantic comedy, and I would.
Oh no.
Don't freeze. Cheyenne, you froze.
Oh no, you froze. There we go. Wait, she's
I-
almost.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, we're back.
So what you didn't know is that I fight. So I'm in MMA, and I know how to knife fight and stuff. So he's always joking around where he's like, I've never been with someone who can completely kick my ass. And he's like, I'll admit it. If we get in a fight, I'm putting you in front of me.
That's so funny because Angie, the guest before us, she was talking. She loves MMA stuff too.
Right.
She doesn't do it
Really?
like love, but she was talking about it, and
So you and Angie can have a lot.
yeah,
in
you guys
common.
have a lot
Oh,
in common. We have
I
to.
can take her to.
you.
I can take her to my dojo whenever she wants to go. I love taking new people to my dojo. I mean, that's my second home. My sensei is one of my best friends in the world.
You know, you have to follow me back on Instagram. I'm Dr. Jimmy Star, and then send me your email so I can get in touch with you, and I'll introduce you guys. Because when you come back, she's part of our clique, and you'll love it. You'll love the people that we hang
Oh,
with.
I would love that.
We'll introduce you and him to lots of cool
no
people.
one's phonies. We don't.
Yeah, we
allow-
don't hang out with anybody
Well,
if they're full of shit.
If we find out that you're full of shit, we kick you out.
The thing is once you're my friend, there's no getting rid of me. Ask David Ayer. I
That's
texted him too, and I was like, by the way, you're stuck with me now. There's no getting rid of me. He's
Perfect.
like, okay.
It should be. We love that.
I don't think it's stuck with you. I think he should be so lucky to be with you.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's fabulous. So okay, so what are your favorite movies? What kind of movies are your favorite then? Action movies are your favorite?
If you ask me what movie I would want to be in, probably
Okay, I was
it would
coming
be
next. Go.
action. Yeah, action and adventure. That's kind of like my thing. I mean, anything that gets my adrenaline going. I'm like a big time adrenaline junkie. So even Tax Collector, I begged to do my own stunts, and then I remember I showed up on set one day and they had a stunt girl there just exactly like me, and I was like, what is she doing here? I was so mad because I wanted to do it. And David was like, he was very resistant at first because he's like, we only have enough squibs for a couple of takes. You cannot mess this up. And I was like, okay, just give me one. And if I mess it up, then you can put her in. I won't complain. And he's like, okay, whatever. So I went and I did it. And then I did it in the first take for my stunt scenes and stuff. And so it's like that started me on going, oh my God, I want to be in fight movies. I want to be in adventure. And then so I went to the lead stunt guy there and I was like, I'm going to add you on Instagram right now. Can I just follow you around? I just want to learn. And he's like, sure. Okay. And him and his wife are amazing. His name's Joe. And they took me to start learning stunts and stuff. So he's promised that when I get back, he'll light me on fire, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, that one I wouldn't want to do, but the rest of the stuff I could do. So so what movie would you have liked to been in?
Oh, let's see. I want to be in Quentin Tarantino movies. I want to be like in Kill Bill. I would have loved to have been in that. I would have loved to have been in Willow. My favorite movies in the world are Willow, No Country for Old Men, Tombstone. Let's see. Last of the Mohicans, like movies like that. I mean, they're my favorite, so that would have been awesome to have been in.
Oh my God, that's like because nobody ever has picked any of those films either. Actually, No Country for Old Men, I think people have maybe picked before, but nobody's ever picked Willow. Nobody's definitely ever picked Willow. Mine is The Lost Boys. Like my like film is like The Lost Boys. Like I love it. I've seen it like 8,000 times. But I'm okay.
I would have loved to have been in that one.
So who would you have liked to have worked with? Like you've already worked with some pretty big people in a very short time. Who's like a bucket list male and female person that you'd be like, oh my God, I'd love to be in a movie with these people. I bet yours is going to be way different than everybody else's.
Well, Val Kilmer, obviously, but like I would have loved to have been in a film with Val Kilmer. That like it's when I was in school, all the other little girls, they were like, oh, Zac Efron, Justin Bieber, and I'm like, but have you seen Val Kilmer? And they're like, who is that? And so I just like I never really fit in. But yeah, I would have loved to be with Val Kilmer. Johnny Depp, I love Johnny Depp.
Yeah, he's a good one.
I've always wanted to be a pirate. Like if you asked Kid me what I wanted to be, it was an actress. I wanted to be a pirate. And if you asked why, I would have told you I want to go pillage. Made no sense. But
like Game of Thrones or something, you would have been in good.
I would have loved that. I would have loved that. Right now, I want to be in The Witcher so bad because I'm a gamer, and The Witcher 3 is my favorite video game in the whole world. So when I saw that they made a Witcher, I was so upset that I didn't get to audition. But yeah.
I love that. Okay, and what's a female that you would like to have been?
Let's see, Kate Blanchett. She's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Meryl Streep.
No.
Love her. Let me see. It was cool because even though I didn't have any scenes with her, I got to work with Lana Parrilla, and she's like my sister in real life now. But I hope one day I get to work with her, like opposite her, and feel that on-screen connection.
She's phenomenal. She's a phenomenal.
She's amazing. She taught me how to walk in heels. Like she's literally my sister now.
Ron could have taught you that too.
This was right before I had this scene in the movie where I had to strut sexy across this huge grass lawn. And I mean, I always say this, I still had calluses on my feet from my combat boots. Like I had no idea how to walk in heels. And so I was like borderline panic mode, just staring at the grass. And I start to feel, oh my God, I can't breathe. I don't know how to admit this to somebody. And then she comes up and just very gracefully just said, do you need help, honey? And I was like, uh-huh. And then she just said, okay, toe first. And so right there, she taught me how to walk in heels. And then I had to go do my scene.
Do you know who Jane Russell is? You're young.
I'll go there.
You don't want to tell her that?
Boring. The audience has heard that so many.
You don't have a microphone. Nobody can hear you. Ron impersonated Jane Russell in straight clubs for many years. Jane Russell was like Marilyn Monroe.
She was
like
a very
big, huge star.
Big, sexy star who became my dearest and best friend for many years.
And so Ron used to impersonate her and look just like her. And he knows how to walk in heels. He could have taught you.
Well, well, no, I was never a drag queen. I was an actor. There's a difference.
But you still know how to walk in heels.
Well, you learn to walk in anything if the script calls for it, Jim. It's called acting. If I had to walk on stilts, I would learn it. You know, if the role calls for it. And she needed to walk sexy in heels.
I had to learn how to be sexy for the role.
Absolutely.
So how long have you actually been working? Like how long have you been out of the military and how long have you been actually acting?
So let's see. I got out of the military 2018, I believe. And I got out and I was not in a good place when I got out of the military. I was in a really bad military accident, so I can't feel these two fingers or any of this. And I had a traumatic brain injury. So the military, they said, okay, well, you can't, I was a combat medic. So they said, you can't really drag soldiers across the battlefield anymore if you can't feel your finger, which I didn't think was true because it works fine. I could still hold stuff. It's just, it feels like, you know how you know that feeling you get when your foot's about to fall asleep and you're like, no, 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 and you're trying to wake it up. That's kind of how it feels all the time. But it still
Okay.
works. And
Neuropathy.
yeah, it sucks more than anything. And so when I got medically discharged, I was just not okay. I thought that I was going to be in for longer. I kind of was now shoved into the real world where I'm like, oh my God, I haven't gone to college yet. I don't have a plan B right now. And so I moved to Seattle thinking that Seattle was going to be like a mini LA, but it wasn't. And so it was from one day to the next, I just went, okay, either I do this or I don't. And so I drove, my grandma helped me drive my cats down to El Paso, and it stayed with her. And then I went back out to LA, and I was homeless for a bit, where if I was just if I wasn't in my car, I was staying on a friend's couch or something. And I was just trying to make stuff happen. I was interning wherever I could. I was going to all these different mixers. I mean, I was just constantly trying to be around people that knew what they were doing.
2018. That's like only 2
Um,
years.
No, this was, well, let me see. By the time I moved, it was 2019. 2018, I was just I was trying to get roles in Hawaii Five-0, got that. I got a couple of small indie roles, but it wasn't satisfying that hunger yet. I feel like I didn't really enter the
Arena.
Until Tax Collector. I think that's when I went, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing, and now I'm here. What do I do? And
you know how like unbelievable that is, right? To like go to Hollywood and like land a big ass movie just like that. Like it doesn't happen. You know, people are working for 20 years before they get that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's called fortitude. I want to ask you a question. Your name is Cheyenne Hernandez. Okay, the Hernandez could be Mexican, and the Cheyenne is definitely Indian. Are you American, Indian, Mexican combo?
Mhm.
That's why
Oh,
you
really?
got those gorgeous cheekbones.
That's why you're so exotic.
Thank you.
No, she's got Cheyenne cheekbones. Those are Indian.
Thank you.
cheekbones. Look at them. You know, people with cheekbones like you don't age. Did you know that? Cheekbones
Oh, I
hold your
hope so.
face up. Oh no, trust me. I have big cheekbones also, and they hold up your face from aging. So you're lucky.
Well, that's good, because I was always the one that looked younger. So I know when I was in the military, if I did hang out with some girls, they would kind of go like, "Oh, you're so cute." You know, it's that condescending. "Oh, she's so cute. She's not quite pretty yet, but she's so cute." And I'm like, it's because I have a baby face.
No,
Could
stunning.
it be that some of those broads were hitting on you?
They might have been hitting on you.
Well, so for a while we did keep up. So but before I met Simon, who now I'm completely his, my partner. But before I had always just said I'm open, and then people would try to tell me, oh, well, you're bi, you're demi, you're like, they would give me certain categories, and I'm like, can I just say I'm open? Like I don't want, I'm just open. So I had a point here. I did.
Well, let me help you with it. People say to me, "Ron, are you gay?" I say, "No, I'm not gay. I'm open for whoever comes into my life." I've been married for 16 years. I have 2 children, and I was happily married as pretending or living as a straight guy. So I believe that I fall in love with the inners, not the outers.
I completely agree. Completely. I feel like when I fall for someone, it's their soul, and everything else is, I mean, my partner's 19 years older than me, and I mean, his soul is the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen in my life, and that's what I fell for.
See, we have a 25-year age difference.
Yeah,
and we've been married.
Jimmy's 25 years old.
And we've been married for 9 years.
Yeah.
So
wait, what's the age difference?
He's 80
Sorry,
and
cut out there.
He's 80 and I'm 55. So there's a 25-year difference, even though he's actually younger than me in body and mind. He's younger than me.
Do I look 80? I look younger than Jimmy. Jimmy looks like the 80-year-old.
Well, even my best friends are all over 40. And I'm 25. I don't have any friends really that are my age.
That's because you're a lot more mature for your age, because you've experienced a lot more of the world than most.
You're an old soul. You know, when you have your background, you've experienced your male side, your female side, and what the world is all about, being in the military. Most girls your age came from, pretty houses and went to proms and did that shit. And they're not good actresses because they don't have what to pull from. You have what to pull from. You definitely have a lot of stuff in your life that you could use on film. And I think that's what the producer saw in you when he said to you,
Director
said to you, yes, you have a lot of background. And that's very important in film. I have a lot of background too.
It is, and I didn't quite appreciate that. I don't think when I first started, I kept. It was always the woe's me, why did this happen to me? Why did I have to go through this? And now I'm like, oh, that's why. It's almost like God said, you have to go through this in order for you to do this. And,
Yes.
Darling, those are lessons learned. If you have to play a woman with children who's homeless, you know where to pull. If you're to play a woman defending her family against looters, you know where to pull. Get the gun and shoot them. You know all of the things that you have to do, which most people don't know that emotion. So you were very lucky. You have a lot of quality in you that if the right director brings it out in film, he could make you an Oscar winner.
Oh wait, we gotta go though, you guys. So hang on, you guys. So Cheyenne,
so
you guys can follow her on Instagram at Cheyenne RAE_Hernandez. We want to wish you luck on everything that you do. Please follow me on Instagram, and so I can get your email address and everything. And we'll introduce you to when you come back. Let us know. We'll get you invited to all the events we go to. It'll be a lot of fun. And we want to say congratulations for the Tax Collector for your career. And it was such a pleasure having you on the show.
And
thank you so much.
Looking forward to seeing you at a red carpet.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely. I can't wait.
All right, Cheyenne, thank you so much. Hey, chat room, everybody, for tuning in.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Glad you guys, it seems like everybody liked both of our guests. We had a blast. Thank you so much.
Show.
And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix. It's another episode. Here we go. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes? Download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.
I'm gonna get her rolls though, because she's good for me.
Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Ron.
Hey, it went good.
It did.
They were both really good. Everybody in the chat room loved them.
Yep.
So all is good. Please just text me when you put it in the box and we're ready to rock and roll.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's going to take a little while today because I have to get Dan to give me the copy.
Okay. Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.
I thought Dave Hughes was young.